Magic Overtime with Dante and Galante is brought to you by Tobacco Free Florida.
Kick it. From our Magic Studios in Orlando, Florida, this is Magic Overtime with Dante and Galante.
And welcome to Magic Overtime with Dante and Galante. I'm Dante, this is Galante. And how did we pull this off? We have Magic President and CEO Bob Vander Weide on the set.
I'm updating my resume as we speak, so
as
don't worry.
we go.
Keep it current.
January 30th, 2009, last day of employment.
That's right. That's right.
I'm
What do you
all
think?
set.
What do you think of the set? We're glad you were able to come in here, Bob. Thank you very much.
You know, you guys are kind of a big deal. Thanks for the invite. It looks nice, and I can't wait for the first hair question. I'm
it's
sure
coming.
that's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. We got some.
But,
we got some material for you.
I'm ready for you guys.
All right. We want to introduce you to our producer back in the studio. He is Mad Dog. Mad Dog, how are you today?
I'm feeling pretty good, guys. I actually did some research for today's show, and I got this little nugget from Human Resources. It was 15 years ago, this past Monday, January 26th, that our very own Bob Vander Weide became president of the Orlando Magic.
How about that? So 15 years you've been president. You've been with the team since 1992, though.
Yeah, 18th season, obviously. 15, I guess. Learned the business for 4 or 5 years, and they gave me the title. But some would say I do an okay job. Some would say I do a pretty good job. Those who are employed by the Magic tell me I do a great job.
You do a fantastic
there
job.
we go.
Tremendous
Best job ever.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Well, since you talked about that, people talking about how well you do your job, we caught up with a couple of guys on the Magic squad, and we'd like you to take a look at the monitor and hear from them directly. If we can roll that video.
Bob, great owner. Young, vibrant, passionate about the game. He's one of those guys who seldom seen, but he's always around. His effect on the team is felt from the coaching staff all the way down to the players itself.
He's such a great owner. He's always in the locker room, and he's always there to lend a helping hand.
His interaction with the guys is something that's a breath of fresh air. He always have positive words and reinforcement, good reinforcement when you're playing well. And when things aren't going so well, he comes in the locker room and pats you on the back and gives you the support that you need from a team president.
And we think some of the things that stood out there, Bob, young, vibrant, some things like that.
Well, I try to be an energetic, soon-to-be 51-year-old, but I noticed you picked up guys that were soon-to-be free agents in those interviews. But
good point. We didn't catch that.
yeah.
Yeah. We do have some more player comments coming up later, but
we wanted to get into where, like Tony said, you're young and vibrant, but you're 50. That's not exactly young.
where are you going?
No, it's not exactly young, but I guess the guys I play basketball with at lunchtime or here at night would tell me I'm an energetic 50-year-old, and I like that. That's a compliment.
Right. And you're better at 50 than I am at 35, so.
I wouldn't say that, George.
No,
Your
that's
shot
for sure.
has some uniqueness to it, and it actually goes in quite often. So.
Every once in a while, it does go. It does go.
You
in,
haven't played with them recently.
No, you haven't.
I'm
maybe
retired.
tonight. Maybe tonight.
I'm retired, actually. But you had your 50th birthday party on the court at Amway Arena last year. We have some footage of that, I think.
Take us through this night, Bob. How special this was for you and the different competitions that you took part in.
Well, obviously, the half-court shot was pretty special. Boys and Girls Club received a $50,000 check. The next shot after that one actually went in and came out. So I definitely would have moved up the top 10 if I could have slid that second one in.
Right.
Probably not going to have another birthday party because how do you beat that? You take on the mascots. You beat them in dodgeball. I made more threes than the two pros, Nick Anderson and Dennis Scott, and then I'm the only one who gets close to a half-court shot, so I probably should retire after one birthday bash.
That was pretty impressive. If we could take a look at that half-court shot, I know it's coming up here soon. Like you said, you beat Dennis Scott and Nick Anderson. They couldn't make one.
I did actually have a pretty good arm when I played college baseball, but I'm not sure it showed in that clip.
Now, here's the half-court shot right here.
I think I went over the line,
You
didn't I?
did, and that's what I was going to bring up. Now, should that shot count? Because you technically did go over the line a little bit. Let's see if we can look at that again.
I'll tell you what. Let's get an unbiased third party. Let's call Boys and Girls Clubs and see whether they think my foot was over the line.
I think they're probably okay with it since you raised over $100,000 that night for the Boys and Girls Club. It was really a nice night.
It was a great night, and in fact, there was a lady in the crowd who actually matched one of the shots for $5,000. So people got into it. I think it was one of our top 5 halftime acts, and like I said, I don't know how I would ever duplicate it, but it was fun.
Well, we talked about that. We saw some footage there, but you're an avid sports fan. I mean, you participate in sports, you play sports, and recently you took to the NASCAR track. If you can kind of take us through some of this, we've got some footage of you, Bob, here in a NASCAR costume. Is that right? Well, when did you become a NASCAR fan?
Well, I've actually been to driving school 3 times. First time to NASCAR, Richard Petty, and well, the 14 guys I was with would probably want you to know that I had the top average lap speed after the 30 laps. So
Is that right?
I like to compete.
But who's keeping track, right?
I was. I have a little certificate. It's up in my office. So, but I love to compete. My friends will tell you that. But I try to be fair.
I went to driving school, but it wasn't the same.
No.
It was after I got a couple tickets, and they said I had to go to driving school.
That's a different kind of
And
business.
how have you done since?
I'm clean. I'm clean slate.
We're just talking driving now.
Yeah. No, driving, yes.
All
I've
kinds
not
of
been to driving
overall
school in a
track
while.
record.
No.
Well, we want to go back. We want to go back in time a little bit since we're talking about sports and you being an athlete. You've been a 3-tier athlete. You played 3 different sports. And if we can go back, we got some footage of you back in high school, Bob. If we can roll that, take a look at the monitor. Here's Bob back in high school. So we got a high school. This is where it all started, right?
Yeah, and here we go with the hair. I was one of the few Dutch kids with a true afro, and I don't think I could duplicate that now. And actually, none of the kids have that same hairdo. Out of the 5 kids, nobody's got that look going. So it's probably not going to be repeated in the Vander Weide bloodline.
And it's just so you know, it is amazing how willingly Dave Vander Weide gave that up. He just offered that. I just want you to know.
I'm sure that's not the only piece of.
No, we actually have some more. Let's go to the next one.
Well, you played basketball, right? Talk about basketball in high school, Bob. You obviously grew up playing basketball. We have a shot of you there.
Yeah, and it was a game I played, and I played through my junior year in high school and kind of gave it up because I wanted to concentrate on baseball. My dad played pro baseball. I thought I was good enough. And, it was a good game for me. Actually, out of the 3, it was probably the game that I was, the worst in.
Really?
A little better football player, and then baseball, I had some talent. I actually was 228 when I played college baseball, and a lot of people can't believe that.
Wow.
How about
being,
that?
Svelte 185 now.
Dante was curious about the 45-year-old that you guys were playing with back in high school, right in the middle there.
I think he survived the game.
How did he get in that contest?
Check the shorts there.
We're trying to not check the shorts there, actually.
Okay, well, we probably shouldn't have our viewers check the shorts either. Then.
Well, one of the things you mentioned, too, is football. You did play football. You were a football athlete, and you said 228 playing football.
No, 228 was in college.
Okay.
I actually, that's a senior picture, and they gave me the benefit of the doubt at a 157 weight.
Gotcha.
I ran back kicks. I ran back punts. I was a flanker. I played defensive safety. I actually kicked the ball. I didn't kick it very well. We didn't really have a kicking game.
Right.
But it was great. I enjoyed football. I enjoyed the contact, and that is one thing that's passed down. Ben, our only boy, he probably likes getting hit more than he likes to hit. He loves football. So I think maybe 20 will make a Vander Weide comeback.
Was it hard to get that helmet in there though? With all that hair.
Good thing that the helmets weren't very safety focused with extra padding, because I used it from my hair that provided that.
We had
extra.
enough padding. You had enough padding on your head.
Right, and keeping with that, your baseball. You talked about baseball. We were able to dig up a photo of you playing baseball. And how did you get that hat on? I think is the biggest thing.
I don't know, but look at the hat I'm wearing. I guess I made pros at some point in time.
At some point,
and the hair became a little darker as I got older.
No, but we joke around about it. But it is part. I guess maybe part of the character or whatever. But part of the makeup of Bob Vander Weide. Just talk about everything that goes into that.
The do?
Yeah, I mean,
it's everything, but it looks a little different now. Now it's just good gel, and I know you guys are going to give me a nickname that rhymes with Galante and Dante. But no, I mean, I get kidded a lot, but, the women I run into would love to have the curls. My mom was always about, she had to go get a perm, but yet I had that. And nowadays, it's balding buddies that, are a little jealous that they don't have anything on top and it's growing on their backs. So
Good point.
I'm okay with the hair. I don't plan on cutting it off, and I had a brush cut for a lot of years, so I think I'm still rebelling and want a little bit of longer hair.
Fantastic. No problem. We got a lot more with you, Bob. We want to get your thoughts on some of your favorite players through the years here in Orlando, and got some other fun topics here with Bob Vander Weide. I also want to remind everyone, giving away a pair of tickets to the New Jersey Nets game on what, February?
That's February 8th.
February 8th.
You can go to magicovertime.com, and you can send us your emails, your questions. You can also text us at 57375, keyword overtime. We have our own text plan. I don't know how it works.
You guys, I'll tell you what. I don't know when we have to renew your contracts, but this is getting pretty big time.
If we could do that before you get off the air,
I'm a little worried
great.
now.
That'd be
All
great.
right. Well, if you're feeling good, let's do it right now.
Yes.
Right now, right now on the show.
Get me at a weak moment.
That's right. Mad Dog, what else is coming up next?
Well, guys, when we come back, we'll put the boss on the hot seat with our latest Would You Rather question and what did Hito just say?
Magic Overtime with Dante and Galante is brought to you by Tobacco Free Florida.